welcome to Kathy's Stamping Studio. And today I'm going to show you 3 Christmas cards that I've made for my annual Stamp-A-Stack, Christmas card Stamp-A-Stacks. We do Stamp-A-Stacks in August, September, October, and November. We make 12 cards at each session, and so before Thanksgiving you have 48 cards ready to send. Now I can't send the cards for you, but I can sure help you make them. So these are the cards we did for the August session, and I want to tell you how we put them together. So let's begin. I've got a card from the annual catalog mostly, and I've got cards from the online exclusives, and I've got cards from the upcoming mini catalog. And I used Greetings of the Season stamp set and the dies in it, which will be in the mini. I used Winterly Treetops and the dies within it that are also in the mini that comes out September 4th. And I used Golden Greenery and the dies that come with it. And they are currently available as online exclusives, so you can get them right away. So let me show you how I assembled the cards. I'm not going to do the stamping today, and I've done the die cutting, but we'll show the assembly, and I'll talk you through it as I do it. So the first card, let me show it to you again, is this one here, and it is pretty simple, but pretty, if I do say so myself. So I started off with a, what is this called? Gray Granite. No, it's not. It's Smoky Slate cardstock, and I scored it at the halfway mark. I stamped it using what do they call it again? Greetings of the Season dies. I stamped it in Versamark, and then I embossed it in silver, and that's just your basis of your card there. So let me put that aside. Then I have another piece of Smoky Slate cardstock, and then I cut some strips of Lost Lagoon cardstock and some strips of the Winter Meadow Designer Series paper. So let me put these together for you. I'll have all the dimensions on my blog, and the blog will be linked below. If you know me, you know that I do not like the green glue because it tends to stick to me forever. But you know what? A little jar of it goes a really, really long way once you get it started. My friend Lynn, my best friend, and also the other half of L&K Stamping Events, stores her upside down. Come on, you want to start for me? Stores her upside down without the lid on it. And she says that you could just start gluing. There we go. Once you do that. Once you get it started, it's easy peasy to get going. So let's put these DSP pieces onto their cardstock. It doesn't really matter if they match up because it's just a design in the background, and we don't really care if it matches up in this particular card. Sometimes you will care, but this card we won't. And like I said, all the dimensions for all my cards will be on my blog, and my blog is up here at Kathy's Stamping Studio, which is www.kkstamps.com. Alrighty, we got our third one going here. See, now the glue's rolling. It's just rolling on out of there. So my friend Jody always says, dot, not a lot. So you don't really want to squeeze your glue too hard, because, yep, that goes straight on there, because then it'll come out a lot. So you just get it started a little bit, and then you spread it on there. So now I'm going to put these strips that I've put together onto my square here. And the first thing I'm going to do is line up the outside pieces. And you can see that I'm lining up, so I'm just eyeballing it. So there's the same amount at the top and the bottom and the same amount at the side. Then I'm going to do the other side and do the same thing. Same amount at the top and the bottom, and then line it up at the side. And the good thing about the green glue is that you can slide your piece around a little bit so that that one's cut a little wonky, but it's handmade, so it doesn't matter. And now I'm going to put the one in the middle, Again, I'll have a little space at the top and the bottom, and then hopefully, if I cut them right, we'll see, there'll be some space in between. And if not, then they can just butt up one against the other, and that's fine and dandy. So there they are. Okay, pretend that they all are the same length. You know, when you're doing this, sometimes you don't cut precisely, and that's fine, because again, they're handmade, and whoever receives it is going to be wowed. I'm going to use a little bit of the seal here to put on my ribbon, and this is the white and silver sheer ribbon, and I'm just going to put it here close to the bottom and then wrap it around. And I don't wrap it all the way around. I cut this ribbon too big. Well, actually cut it too small, but anyway, I don't always wrap it around because then you can save your ribbon. Who's going to see the ribbon that's back here? Nobody. So then I'm going to use dimensionals to adhere this to the card front. That's easy, right? And you know what? I'm going to give it a little bit more seal so those ribbons don't pop off. Okay. Just a little bit more here. A little more here. Here, just to give it an extra oomph since my dimensionals are not actually on top of the ribbon. I'm going to line this up on the card like so. Easy peasy. Now these two fronds I have cut out of, what did I cut it out of? I cut it out of Garden Green, and I used the dies that come with the Golden Greenery stamp set that will be available. Oh, you know what? It is available right now. So I'm putting one on with the green glue, and I'm going to put another one, kind of overlap it again with the green glue. Again, easy peasy. Just tuck that under there, hold it down there for a second. Then I'm going to take another length of the ribbon and slip it underneath and just tie it in a knot, because who's got time for a bow, and the bows are too fat to mail anyway. Oh, do you want to slip around a little leaf there? Let's hold you down for a little bit more. Okay, so now I put the bow on. And the other good thing about this is now I can just slide it to wherever I want it. If I wanted it on the left of the card like I have it here, then that's where it is. Oh, please, you did not just pull that out on the camera. I'll just tuck you guys back in there. There we go. So I can put it where I want here, and then I can trim the ends with my snips. They're called paper snips, but you know what? They cut ribbon just as nicely. Get that out of the way. And then I'm going to put on some of these pearl berries, and they come in cherry cobbler and pearl, and sometimes they come in this little 3 little dots together. So I'm going to put them here. Slide on off of my spatula there. Put them there on the frond, and then I will use the hopefully gummy side. I mean, it is gummy side. I might just not have the gum rolled up far enough to put the other 2 pearls on. There you go. So again, these berries come in sets of 3, and they also come in singulars. So sets of 3 and also singles. So there's the first card. That's easy to assemble. Now my second card is one that is from the online exclusives, and it's this one here. So let's put this one together. Start off with a Mossy Meadow card base. Use my bone folder to flatten it a little bit. And then I use the Iconic Images, Iconic Celebrations Designer Series paper. There's images for all kinds of celebrations. So you see the back side of this one is, let's see before I pick it up, the back side of this is fall, and the front side of it is just stripes. The one I used for this one had pine needles on it. There's some birthday candles, there's fireworks, there's all kinds of fun stuff for that. All right, so then the next thing I'm going to do is build the front of the card. So this is a piece of basic beige, and I want to put on this arrow, which is also can be a tag, that I cut out of Mossy Meadow using one of the Golden Greenery dies. That's available now as an online exclusive. Let's put some dimensionals on here. and just put it near the bottom. Oops, which way do I want it to go? I want it to go this way. Good. Not quite so far. There we go. I'll put that aside for a second, and then I'm going to build the sentiment piece, which is here. And I stamped it in, what you call it, it is cherry cobbler, and it was with one of the greetings of the season stamps, and it's this label again is from the, listen to me trying to remember all this stuff, the Golden Greenery stamp set. So this die cut is cut out of the vellum, which is, I put my little cheat sheet somewhere, the Graceful Greenery vellum. There's a die that cuts this out. I'm going to just cut its little stem off because I don't want it to stick out. I'm going to use a little bit of seal and put it onto the back here, just so it sticks out a little bit. There's also a stamp that matches this die, but I didn't use it here today. And then here's another of the vellum, the Graceful Greenery vellum, and I'm going to put this on. Let's use a glue dot for this one. So I get a little glue dot, stick one here, peel it off, she says, like it's going to happen. Oops. All right, let's do this. Put it on here and see if it'll peel off. They are very sticky. There we go. And then I'm going to put this on here. So this was cut out of the vellum. It's printed on the vellum, and then you cut it out of the vellum with the matching die. There's also a matching stamp set. I think that's good. All right, so now let's put some more dimensionals on, because you can never have too many dimensionals, can you? We like to pop things up because it's fun. All right. So, as I peel these off and bring this piece back, and you know what? I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of that piece too, because it will be very cool. All right, did I get all of them off? Nope. All right, so now I'm going to just stick this on here, kind of in the middle. Again, it doesn't have to be precise because it is handmade. And I'm also going to put another glue dot back here to hold this palm frond down. Palm frond. I think it's a pine frond. Hold that down. Flip it over, and more dimensionals on the back here. Bing, 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 bing. Because who doesn't like dimensionals? All right, there we go. So here goes the front of the card. Just stick that in the middle. Oh, so cute. Now I've got somewhere here here it is, basic beige bordered ribbon, and I'm going to tie it in a bow. I make a little loop, then I wrap the other loop around my finger so it makes a hole, and then I make a loop and I push it through where my thumb is. And usually that makes a pretty good bow. Boom. Yeah, it's not right now. Give me a second to straighten it out. There we go. There's a nice bow. All right, and if I want to pull this one out just a little, I can stick my scissors under there, or I can stick my take your pick tool under there, and I'm going to attach this with a glue dot over here at the side. And since this was intended to be a label and I don't like that hole there, I'm just going to put my bow right over the hole. Again, we'll trim it with our snips. Boop. Oops. Okay, trim it with our snips, and then we're going to get the red berries out. All right, I've lost some of them over here in the mess that is my desk. So we're just, whoop, I found you. All right, so I'm going to use the spatula end on this one so I can pick up the 3 berries at one time. And I'm going to put them at the end here of my pine frond. And then I'm going to use the gummy side to slide these berries off and put them on my card. And there's card number 2. And this is, again, pieces made with everything is from the online exclusives or the annual catalog, right? All right, so our last card is going to be made with the Winterly Treetops bundle, and that one is going to be available with the new catalog launch on September 4th. And here's the card that we made, and let's get started assembling it. So I have a cherry cobbler card base. Oops, super easy square box, that's something else. All right, which maybe you'll see in a future video. All right, so I start with the cherry cobbler card base, and I'm gonna put you aside for a second. And then I used one of the Winterly Treetops dies to cut this really cool frame out of Early Espresso. And then I also have a crumb cake piece that I embossed with whatever the wood one is that comes with the Winterly Treetop Suite. So I'm gonna put these together, and again I'll have the cutting dimensions on my blog, and that will be linked in the description below. So put a little glue on there. I didn't bother with the little leaves that come out because I just didn't bother. And then I'll just line this up and hold it down for a sec. And guess what? I need to put this on the card. What should I use? How about dimensionals? Yes, indeedy. So I'm going to put it around the four corners, and I'm going to put one in the middle because sometimes I feel like a big piece like this will bow in the middle, and we don't want it to bow. Stop. I'll come back for you later. All right, so I'm going to put this on the card. And of course, on the inside of the cards, I've got a piece of blank cardstock that I'll either write my sentiment on, or I'll stamp a sentiment and then write, you know, from the card tag family. All right, stick this on the card. That's good. Now the next thing is the Winterly Treetops comes with some designer series paper that is called Nests of Winter, and part of it has little birds on it. So I've used a bunch of different birds when I made these cards up, because of course they're not all the same. So I'm having my participants fussy cut, and let me give you some fussy cutting tips. So you're not going to cut like when you're in kindergarten, but you are going to slowly close the blades of your scissors as you move your paper. Then you open them again. You slowly close them as you move your paper. So you're not moving your scissors, you're moving your paper. And you come around here, and you leave just a little bit of white on the outside. It's not precise. Doesn't need to be precise. I find fussy cutting so relaxing. I know some people hate it, but I don't know. There's something about it that I just really like. All right, so I'm moving the paper, slowly closing the blades of my scissors, and there you go. So this little guy needs to go on here. Let's, I don't know, use dimensionals, shall we? No, I'm not going to use a big one there. I'm going to use a big one there, big one there. And I'm going to get up the mini dimensionals, which are over here. Oh my gosh, I have embellishments everywhere. Oops. 1, 2, and again, I'm not covering the back with dimensionals. I am not Bruno Bertucci. He is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Australia, or his wife is. He might be too, I don't know. Anyway, he covers the back. But I'm not him. So I put my little birdie on there, and then I've stamped a greeting on to crumb cake in whatever color that is. That would be cherry cobbler. Punched it out. The greeting is again from Greetings of the Season, which will be available on September 4th. I don't know, did I use too many dimensionals? No, you can never use too many dimensionals. I'll slip that a little bit under the bird, stick it on there, get my glue off of there. Then this is the neutral tones linen thread that comes with the Winterly Treetops suite. I'm just going to tie that into a bow. And then I'm going to see how it looks. That's good enough. Take another glue dot, and this time I'm going to peel it off, and I'm gonna roll it up. Where did I put it? Let's put it right here. You could attach this with also a little drop, not a glop, a drop of glue, but I'm using a glue dot here. I'm going to trim the ends just a little. And then I'm going to get the gems that go with this suite, and we'll put them on and finish this card and finish this video. All right, so these gems are the Earth Tone Shimmer Gems. So I've got one big one here. Come on. Yeah, you can come up. I know you can. Never mind. I'll use my fingers. I'm going to put one here. Use my fingers and a spatula. Put one here. Then I'm going to find another one. You know, these things are like all over my desk. You should see the rest of my desk that's not on camera. Woo, you would be appalled. All right, so there should be one more here somewhere. Let's just pretend since I can't find it, and it will go over here or maybe on the tag or somewhere. So anyway, that's my 3 cards. This one is from the upcoming mini catalog. This one that we made is with products that are currently available on online exclusives. And this one is mostly from the annual catalog, except for these palm fronds right here. And these gems are also available for online exclusives. So I hope you liked my cards today, and I hope you will join me in making Christmas cards. Thanks a lot.